Hi viewers, my name is Monica Peace. Today I'm going to teach you how to cut an off-shoulder that gown or an off-shoulder short that gown. So here I've already done the marking out. Here is my bust point. Here I minus 5.5. Minus 5.5 to get my bust point, which is 9.5. Then the round bust measurement is 34, waistline 15. Round of it is 30, hip point 25, the round of it is 34, round of the hip measurement is 34, the short gown length is 38, both the turn up allowance is inside that place. So here I've done the marking out. This is the hip point, which is 25, and the rest the length of it. So what next thing we're going to do is to get the depth of this short gown, which is I'm using 4 inches. I'm using 4 inches. Here is the 4 inches. Here I've done the dots. I've marked the dots already. I use 4 inches here, 4 here, and 4 here. Then the next thing is for me to draw straight line. To get that my dart, I need to draw the straight line. You see it, 4 inches. Then I'm going to draw the line. Here you first of all draw the line to get the straight line before you do your dart. Here come up with 2 inches. Come up with 2 inches. You know, everybody have different way of doing this off-shoulder gown. The most important thing is to arrive at the same destination. So here we're using half. We're using half inch. Half inch, half inch. Then here you're going to come down with half. Come down with half. Here is the meeting point of this. It's not good for you to meet here. Most of the times when people start doing the dart, sewing the dart, when they start here, when you look at the clothes, the fallout or the coming out of the clothes will not be fine. So from here you connect with the same thing here. The next thing is measurement. I'm going to do the measurements here. Here I'm going to do the measurement, which is the bust measurement is 34. This is 34, 32, 33, 34. Then you mark. Then here you do the waistline. The waistline is 30. Mark plus 1 for this dart, half inch here, plus 1 of it, then 1.5 for turn up. Some people do 1 for turn up, some people do 2 for turn up, depending on how you want your sewing allowance to be. But here I'm using 1.5 because of the lining that I'm going to use to do the turn up. So then here also have 1.5 for the sewing allowance. Then here is the hip. The hip measurement is 34. Then you mark 34, 1.5 for the sewing allowance. Then here I'm minusing something from this 34, so I'm minusing 4 from it. Or let me use 5. Then I'm using 29. 5 minus 34 is 29. So I'm marking 29 here plus 1.5 for the sewing allowance. So I'm going to connect. Remember here I just brought this place out so that it will be the marked line, the meeting as in the starting point of it. So this my here I'm going to mark this dart. You know, looking at this place, let me first of all mark the exact body measurement. You know why it's like this is because of this dart that I added 1 inch here. That's why it's that way. But when you're sewing it now, you find out that this place, when you fold it, you find out that this place will go inside. So here is the 1.5, then here the 1.5, reason why it's as if it's irregular is because of this 1 inch. This 1 inch that I added here, that was why it's as if it's irregular. But if you check it, you will notice that removing this 1 inch, you notice that the shape is coming out now. You see the shape. But because we are adding that 1 inch here, then the turn up allowance, I mean the sewing allowance, you find out that it's as if it's irregular, but it's not irregular. When you finish sewing it now, you see how lovely and the shape will be. So the next thing is to cut our off shoulder, the armhole. For you to get the armhole, you mark 5.5 inch. 5 inch, then half of this 5 inch is for the sewing allowance of this cloth. So you mark 5 inch, then from there you come up with 1.5. From there you connect. Then here you come down, since it's 5.5, you come down with maybe 1 or 1.5, depending on how you want it to be. Here I came down with 1.5, making it 7. So I'm going to do the curving of the neck. So this is how it is. The next thing is for me to do the cutting. Then we'll do the back. The next thing for us to do, or for me to do, is to trace this cut out. Like I said before, this 1 inch that is here is for the dart. This dart that is here, when you join it together, you will find out that this shape now will come out perfectly. No matter, like I said before, no matter the way you used to follow something, so far you arrive at the same destination without any issue. That is perfect. So what we're going to do is to cut this thing out. So why I folded this thing like this is to get the exact shape for the back. So here is the cutting. We are doing the cutting. Then this is the front. Remember, here is going to be on fold. This is the pattern for it. It's going to be on fold. And here we are going to cut this place. Remember, here I used 7 for the depth of the neck, minusing 5.5 inches for my off shoulder. Then this one is the front, while this one is the back part of it. See the back. Here is the line, the bust, the waistline, the hip. The hip line, this is the waistline, the hip point, the bust. Then here is the length of the gown. So the next thing we are going to do is to get our dart for the back. The dart for the back is still the same thing you use in the front that you use here. You are going to use 4 inches. 4 inches. Here 4. Here 4. And this place 4. 4 inches. Remember, I started from this here. Here is my zip allowance. Here is my zip allowance. So next thing we are going to do is we are going to mark this dart. You will notice that this dart is not going to be the same as the front. Reason is because the back do not have bust. Back do not have bust. So here I'm coming up to this armhole side. It's no more going to be at the bust point. It's coming up to this armhole line side. Then the next thing we're going to do is to get the dart, get our dart, which is still our half and half. Here is half and half. We are going to block here too, half and half. Going to be half, here half. Reason is because the back do not have bust. So we are going to remove that bust side from the back. So here I came up with 2 inches. Then I will connect here. We'll go straight to the waistline and stop. Then here to stop like this. This is the dart for the back. You know, now when you block here, all of them, you will find out that there's shape in this place. The next thing we're going to do is to get our zip, to get the back fitting. So here is our waistline. Here you come up with, let's say, 3 inches. Here you enter inside with half. Here enter inside with half. We are doing fitting for the back so that the excess that the bulge that usually occur will not occur again. So from here you connect it to this 1 inch. Then from this place you make the hip point. You make the hip point here. You make the hip point that is here. This place, reason for this place is because of that excess bulging that used to occur in this waistline. That's why you're going in with half. Then if you're blocking, you're blocking it with 1 inch. You're blocking it with 1 inch. From that 1 inch you go down. Then here is your slit. This place I stop here. Here I think I came up with 7 inches. Came up with 7 or 6 inches, depending on how you want it to be. Some use 7, some use 8, some use 6, but here is 6. This place is 6. This is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. So if you are doing your cutting now, you cut it like this. In my next video, I'll be teaching how to cut an off-shoulder bustier pattern or a 6 pieces off-shoulder short gown. So if you're watching this video for the first time, or if you've already subscribed and you've not been receiving notification, you can turn on your notification button to be receiving notification. And also you can help us to share this video. You can also help us to share this video. You can also help us to share this video online. And also you can subscribe on my Facebook channel, Learn How to Cut and Sew, where I do the theoretical aspect of it. So thank you for watching the video. In my next video, I'll be teaching how to cut a bustier 6 pieces off-shoulder gown. In one of my videos, I taught how to cut an off-shoulder sleeve. You can download it and watch how to cut an off-shoulder sleeve. Thank you for watching the video. Bye-bye.